We welcome you to Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Morgantown, West Virginia. Great matchup on a snowy Saturday in West Virginia. Number 3, Kansas, taking on the West Virginia Mountaineers from the WVU Coliseum. Great to have you with us, along with former Baylor point guard King McClure. I'm Mark Neely. For Kansas, Kevin McCullough's point production is up. He's refined his shot from last season. He has turned himself into an NBA first-round draft pick.
Mark, I'm a huge fan of Kevin McCullough. He has turned into a complete basketball player with, honestly, no holes in his game. I mean, last game, 8 assists, gets everybody around him better. The ultimate winner. He's added different elements. Extremely crafty, can post you up down low if he has the size advantage. I mean, he just is a very efficient basketball player.
He comes in leading the Big 12 in scoring today. And for West Virginia, just trying to get the 5 they won on the floor has been an issue. No games at all this season with their full roster.
Yeah, well, this team right here is talented. I mean, 6-11, 1-3 in the Big 12, okay, cool. But this team has a lot of talent, and when you look at it, Sumnick, Cook, those guys have to be big tonight, especially with the front court of Kansas on the rebounding glass.
You see Jesse Edwards, he was there on the bench. We'll see if he plays. He's been cleared to play. We've been told it would be unlikely, but that has a way of changing, King. We shall see as the game plays out.
100%, because when you look at Dickinson, when you look at Adams, West Virginia does not have many bigs, many options at the big spot.
Kansas in the blue is the game's first possession, and they turn it over. And then Dickinson commits a foul. So Hunter, 21 seconds into the game, gets his first personal, and that could be huge for West Virginia in just trying to find some way to stop Hunter Dickinson.
And we're right here. KJ Adams kind of hits Dickinson, trying to do a dribble handoff off the ball screen and just loses the ball. But right there, you're right, Mark. That could be huge. 20 seconds into the game, Hunter Dickinson already picking up his first foul.
The interim head coach, Josh Eilert, his starting lineup with a Cook, as well as Patrick Sumnick, basically being the 2 bigs, seem to be a way to try to counter Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah, but both of those guys are truly 4s. They are not real centers.
There's your starting 5. It also includes Kobe Johnson, who Coach Eilert says is his best perimeter defender. His battle on the drive, and from the backside, McCullough trying to swat that away, and we got a Kansas foul. Going to call that on DeJuan Harris. It's not on McCullough from the backside. It was DeJuan Harris in the front. And it puts Battle at the free throw line. He's a 77% foul shooter this year.
I like that. I like that by Battle. Typically, Battle settles for a lot of jumpers early on in the game. I like that he put his head down, tried to get to the rim.
Here's the interim head coach, Josh Eilert. His team has 1 conference win so far, 1-3. That was a win here over Texas. Then 25th ranked Texas. So a couple of free throws start us off. That's Sumnick defending Dickinson in the post. Cook looking at KJ Allen. Back cut, Harris floats it up a little too strong. It kicks off. And here comes Kirk Priesa. Hand off Kobe Johnson. Still 14 to shoot for the Mountaineers. Blind pass comes to the corner, and the shot is up from Battle. That was just a bit too long. Rebounded off the floor by Adams.
Right there, Raekwon Battle. The one thing we talked to Coach Eilert, it's shot selection. He has to be able to take good shots, and his first 2 have been decent looks.
There's Johnny Furphy making the start, his 3rd consecutive start, 4th overall. And he appropriately knocks down a 3 for Kansas's first points.
Well, he's averaging 10 in the last 3 games. Bill Self says he is starting to look comfortable, and he's starting to give them production from the 2 spots, something that they were not getting early on in the season.
Dickinson was allowing Sumnick to take the long 2. He did and missed it. Now Dickinson, a fade away from the free throw line, is in and out. Offensive rebound, Furphy. He keeps the possession for Kansas.
And that's what Furphy brings to the table. Other than his shooting ability to be able to space the floor right there, the way he crashes the glass honestly reminds me of Christian Brown. He plays hard and does the little things to help you win games.
KJ Adams headed to the line for Kansas after a foul on a Cook. Adams a week ago, last Saturday in their home win over OU, played all 40 minutes in that game. Head coach Bill Self. His team overall 15-2, 3-1 in conference, have won their last 2 games after the loss at UCF in Orlando, beating Oklahoma State and OU. Now in Morgantown, Kansas has won the last 6 in a row in this matchup. A Furphy offensive rebound off the free throw miss, and a deep three from McCullough.
And that's the biggest thing for West Virginia. You have to not allow Kansas to crash the glass, and so far 2 offensive rebounds they have given up.
Yeah, already 4 rebounds for Kansas, but a 3. Kirk Kriisa answers. He's been near a 40% three-point shooter this year.
Yeah, he's one of the best three-point shooters in all of the Big 12, and Josh Eilert says he has to be more aggressive. He has to look for his shot more. He's super unselfish, but the more aggressive he is, the better this team can be.
Furphy a deep 3, good. Already 2 threes for Johnny Furphy for KU.
Right there, he's looking comfortable. 3 feet behind the three-point line. They hit it to him on the money. Shot it with the hand in his face, does not matter.
Well, last Saturday is when Bill Self said he was making a lineup change, replacing Jackson with Furphy, and he has said that has worked out well. And Furphy off to another strong start. McCullough banged into him after the shot went up from Battle, and Raekwon will go to the line, and now you got Dickinson with 1 and McCullough with 1.
And we got back-to-back threes right here. Kirk Kriisa knocking it down with the hand in his face, and Johnny Furphy just looking comfortable. Set up by Kevin McCullough, a really, really good passer. Hits him on the money, and in-rhythm shot by Furphy.
So Kansas, all 3 of their made field goals have been threes. 2 from Furphy, 1 from McCullough, and Battle at the line for a second time. Now 3 of 3 from there so far. In and out on the second, so it stays a 4-point lead for KU almost 4 minutes into the game. McCullough looking for Dickinson, but Sumnick right on his hip. Pocket pass for Adams, and open Furphy, who makes it 3 in a row for Johnny Furphy. 9 points, and we're not even to the first time out.
And that's just good offense right there. Kevin McCullough hits KJ Adams in the pocket, and KJ Adams on the roll always keeps his eyes up, delivers it to Furphy in the corner for a wide open shot on the backside.
And a travel by Sumnick is going to take us to a timeout. All 4 made field goals for KU have been threes, and most of those from Furphy.
Johnny Furphy out here letting it fly from deep, looking comfortable. Bill Self loves it.
Third-ranked Kansas out to an early 7-point lead from WVU Coliseum. Glad you could join us on this Saturday along with Kate McClure. I'm Mark Neely. Kansas is a team that doesn't make a ton of threes this year. They average 6 made threes per game. They've made 4 already in the first 4 minutes of the game.
And ball movement has been incredible, but Johnny Furphy, when you talk about a guy like him, he reminds me of a build like Svi Mikhailuk, but does all the little things like Christian Brown. So when you mix the 2 combined, you have a lot of potential in Furphy.
So he's already tied his career high for made threes in a game, making 3. And you look at the Jayhawks, all 4 of their made field goals have been made three-pointers. 3 from Furphy, 1 from McCullough. And you see what Furphy has done so far just against the Mountaineer offense. Well, Josh Eilert's team, 21 seconds into the game, saw Hunter Dickinson pick up a foul. And Dickinson really has not had many touches so far, and that's been by design. They have paid close attention to him.
And one thing Josh Eilert said is they're going to pack the lane and make Kansas knock down perimeter shots. They don't want to get beat in the interior. They want them to shoot shots from the perimeter.
You hear the student section here at West Virginia. They identify an opposing player that they boo every time he touches the ball, and that honor goes to Hunter Dickinson, who misses his first shot. Kriisa has a 3 so far for the Mountaineers. Quinn Slazinski has checked into the game for the Mountaineers, as has Seth Wilson. West Virginia trying to get some more scoring in there. Johnson trying to respond and does so, knocking down a 3-pointer, and it's threes raining down right now in Morgantown.
And only shooting 26 from 3 on the year. Kobe Johnson, more of a defender, plays hard. As you see right now, he's guarding Kevin McCullough. That is his job, to defend the other team's best wing player.
It's Kobe Johnson's 9th made 3 of the game, so West Virginia's 2 of 3 in 3-point shooting. And how about that reverse and flip in by DeJuan Harris?
And DeJuan Harris does such a good job by finding ways to get into the paint. One of the best guards in America when it comes to getting the ball into the paint and creating opportunities for his teammates.
Here's Slazinski. He's got the size advantage here. Now Dickinson comes over with the help. Slazinski blind pass. Kerr catch and shoot 3. Swish.
Tyler talked about how Kirk Kriisa, he thought, was one of the best shooters in the Big 12. And right there, if you double off Slazinski, because he's really a mismatch problem, he can also see the floor, and great pass to Kriisa.
Quick shot there by DeJuan Harris. So a chance here for the Mountaineers in a 1-possession game. Again, Slazinski's got the advantage here. Dickinson comes over with the help. He's sliced in between 2 defenders. Open 3 on the way. And Wilson ties the game.
And that right there is a perfect example of the opportunities that Slazinski creates. One-on-one, he's a 4, but he's 6'9". He can score over the top. Had DeJuan Harris right there. Great awareness to locate the mismatch, which created the backside 3.
McCullough and the blocking foul on West Virginia. On Kriisa, who's slow getting up.
Yeah, take a look at this right here. Slazinski had Harris on the backside, so you have to sit in the double, which leads somebody over, somebody open. Hunter Dickinson gets caught doubling. Slazinski splits the double, finds Seth Wilson, a guy who they have to shoot the ball better from 3 in Seth Wilson.
Well, Kirk Kriisa being attended to by the training staff for West Virginia, so the officials have sent both teams to their benches, and they're going to take a look here at the monitor to see if
for a potential flagrant foul.
There is a flagrant foul here on McCullough, but with that look, it looks like he's making a basketball play.
And you know, that's one of those calls where I disagree with. If they were to deem this a flagrant foul, I don't think McCullough did anything malicious. He was going up and trying to score the ball, did not try to catch him with the elbow.
Play stands, just a personal foul. Thank you.
I think they got it right. Just a regular common foul. I hate when referees try to say it's a flagrant foul, and I know by rule, if the contact is above the neck, they have to call it a flagrant, but I think it should be based solely off of intent. And right here, there's nothing malicious, nothing bad about this, just a regular basketball play. I think the referees got it right.
Yeah, they're sticking with the call on the floor. And I think when Kriisa went to his mouth, there was at least an intimation that perhaps the elbow of McCullough came up and hit him, but it did not.
Yeah, no.
McCullough couldn't finish off the 3-point play, but we get a lane violation, or is it a, yes, it is a lane violation.
Lane violation called against the Mountaineers.
So a West Virginia lane violation allows McCullough another chance to try to complete the 3-point play. And this time he does. Well, those free throws end a 6-0 West Virginia run and give Kansas a 3-point lead. Slazinski trying to get by Furphy, runs into Dickinson, and as he stopped, shuffled the feet and is called for a travel West Virginia turns it over for a second time.
Yeah, right there, if you're Slizginski, you have to be able to make that drive, get to the paint, and play off of two.
Adams over the top, stuffs it home. Haven't seen a lot of low post scoring, as you see. Most of it had come from beyond the three-point arc. But KJ Adams opens it up to a 5-point game. And Noah Farrakhan, number 1 in there for West Virginia. Slizginski screen, Carissa 3, good. Well, Carissa has answered the 3 threes from Furphy with 3 of his own.
And this is when West Virginia becomes a harder team to guard, when he is looking for his shot and being aggressive offensively.
And Kansas gets the ball quicker to Dickinson. He hits his first shot of the game after missing his first 2 from the field. Slizginski wanting to clear out. He wants that one-on-one with Harris. Dickinson threatening to help. Handoff, there's Sumnick. Tough reverse, block and taken away by Hunter Dickinson. McCullough on the move, collided into Farrakhan and stops the dribble. Over the top, Adams. Foul on the floor. No bucket. Foul on the floor against Seth Wilson. Timeout.
Furphy had 3 threes earlier. Now Carissa following it up and saying, I can do it just as good as you. It's been raining threes in Morgantown, and the Jayhawks started it off. Furphy being able to get open looks, stepping into it in rhythm, getting offensive boards, and being able to kick out to McCullough and off of good ball movement, then knocking them down. And on the other side, West Virginia has been able to respond. Kirk Carissa has really stepped up, playing out of the post with Slizginski, being able to find the open man. Both teams going back and forth, and this has been a good battle from beyond the arc.
And I tell you what, King, you and I cover a lot of Big 12 basketball. I cannot remember a game where 8 minutes into it, one team has started 4 of 5 from beyond the arc, and the other 5 of 6.
The game of today against Texas Baylor. That game in the first half, I think both teams were shooting above 50% from the three-point line. It's high-level players being able to knock down shots.
And it continues from a Cook, just his 4th made 3 of the year.
Well, you can tell in shoot-around, the way he shoots the ball, that's something that he can actually do consistently. He provides a perimeter threat, doesn't take many, but he's capable.
Dickinson, as soon as the help defense came over Slizginski, Dickinson was deep enough just to lay it in off the glass.
And they have to be able to send that double earlier. That's way too deep. If Hunter Dickinson gets the ball that low, it's typically a bucket.
Battle, fade away from 15. Both teams on a red-hot shooting starts to begin the game. That's 5 for Battle.
And one-on-one, Raekwon Battle might be one of the toughest covers in the Big 12. My man can get a bucket. It's just all about shot selection when you talk about him.
Dickinson, there were 3 jerseys, white jerseys around him. He tried to reverse a baby hook, but missed it. Chance to take the lead here for the Mountaineers.
Here we go, Mountaineers, here we go.
They scored the first basket of the game, first points actually from the free throw line. So 2-0 has been their lone lead. Farrakhan down the lane. Off the left side, got his own miss, and then is that deflected by Kansas? They say yes. That's Brooks Wells with a baseline call. Possession staying with the Mountaineers.
Well, that was a good move right there by Farrakhan, but Hunter Dickinson stepped over last minute and threw off everything for him.
Dickinson, by the way, comes out. Farrakhan getting his own miss is the first offensive rebound of the game for West Virginia. Battle fouled by McCullough. That's 2 on Kevin.
And we've seen that twice. Raekwon Battle, he elevates on his jumper. So when he elevates on his jumper, you have to go straight up if you are going to contest. On both of these fouls, Kevin McCullough has hit him with the body, not up top on the shooting arm, but has hit him with his body because Battle elevates so much.
It's been the same foul each time from McCullough. So that's going to get Nick Timberlake off the bench for Kansas. So McCullough comes out here midway through the first half with 2 fouls. We'll see how this changes things for Kansas.
And with this lineup on the floor for Kansas, you really don't have much scoring.
West Virginia with their first lead since they opened it up 2-0 on Marco Jackson, and Timberlake in with Furphy, Adams, and Parker Brown. Adams in a crowd was pushed along the baseline by one of the Mountaineer defenders. I'm going to say it's on Slazinski. Well, you're right. You look at the 5 on the floor for Kansas. No Dickinson, no McCullough.
No Harris, because typically,
yes,
even if Harris is on the court, he will make everybody around him better and get them open shots. But right now, you're relying on Marco Jackson to be that point guard, and he really hasn't produced much this year.
Harris does have 1 foul in his 10 minutes. So here's a Furphy 3, his first 3-point miss after hitting his first 3. Slazinski trying to save it, does so to Battle, and it'll be brought up by Farrakhan. Kansas now 4 of 6 from beyond the 3-point line. Sumnick with Brown on him. He's looking for the backdoor cut for Battle. Instead will dribble himself, shoot over Brown. Rebound pulled down by Johnny Furphy.
And I think Furphy right now, I mean, he's hit 3 threes already. I think he's the guy that has to be aggressive right now for Kansas.
Timberlake 3, good. And that's a guy that Kansas is trying to really get going with the 3 ball. And since everybody else has been hitting him, Timberlake hits his first on his first shot attempt of the day.
And talking to Coach Self about Timberlake, he basically said that the ball just hasn't gone in like he would want for Timberlake. And he said it's up to him to be able to put him in situations where he can score.
Now the bucket for Sumnick really all started with a good defensive play by Parker Brown, but it backfired on Kansas when it rolled to Sumnick. Another 3. That one's long from Timberlake. Slazinski catch and shoot 3.
So again, Slazinski yelling at Farrakhan right now because he should have gotten the ball about 2 seconds earlier, which was in rhythm. But because he threw it late, it messed up his timing.
Timberlake banks it in. And 5 quick points off the bench for Nicholas Timberlake.
And we talked about where the scoring would come from for Kansas, and we see that Timberlake has been the answer, and this is what he's capable of doing. Hasn't done it up to this point, but he is more than capable and can do it.
Foul's going to be on Furphy, his first.
Kansas needed an answer, and Nick Timberlake has been able to be that for him.
With 7:47 left to play in the first half, let's go back to that last stretch of game time for Kansas. Timberlake comes off the bench. When Dickinson, Harris, and McCullough, none of those 3 are on the floor for KU. We'd have to really dig into the advanced analytics, but I bet there hasn't been much time all season when all 3 of those guys have been off the floor at the same time for Kansas. KU survived it. Now they're bringing McCullough and Dickinson back into the game here.
Well, one thing that Bill Self knew, he knew the media timeout was about to be close to approaching. So he threw that he would give his guys a break, give his main 3 guys a break, and they were kind of dealing with foul trouble. And he'd have to just survive, and that's what he did. And he got answers in Nick Timberlake, a guy who is a talented scorer. Numbers really haven't indicated that up to this point this far, but he is more than capable, like we continue to say. And Slazinski is another guy who is coming off the bench, and he's starting to figure it out.
First made 3 for Slazinski. West Virginia 7 of 9 in 3-point shooting. Dickinson fires it to McCullough. Jumper over Slazinski is good. 8 for McCullough. West Virginia as Creesa and Johnson waiting to check in at the scorer's table. Farrakhan gives the battle. His three in. Man, oh man, West Virginia and a timeout in Kansas. A West Virginia team that's only hit 30% of their threes all season are 8 of 10 to start today.
And look at this ball movement right here. Hunter Dickinson, his passing ability is very underrated. And Raekwon Battle on the other side is a guy that if you let him get going, he can heat up. He's like a microwave. You can't let him see too many good looks because you can be in for a long night.
So when West Virginia came into play today, out of the 351 teams in D1, they were 310th in three-point field goal percentage. They have turned that on its head today, at least to start today.
And, you know, I think both coaches have the same mentality going into today's game. For different reasons, though. West Virginia doesn't really shoot the three well, so Bill Self maybe wanted to pack it in. Play a pack line defense and force them to beat them from the perimeter. And same game plan from West Virginia. They were so, I guess, so overwhelmed with the height and the ability of Dickinson and Adams down low that they want to pack it in and limit the interior buckets that they're forcing to shoot perimeter jump shots. So both teams had similar game plans coming in today's game.
Kansas with 4 of the 5 starters back on the floor, including Timberlake as a reserve. Dickinson shoots a 3. It's around and out. Dickinson so far today, 4 points, 2 of 6 shooting. That was his first three-point attempt in his 11 minutes. Creesa gets all the way towards the rim to lay it up off the glass. And then I believe Furphy got Sumnick with the body. Let's see who Keith Kimball. Yeah, that's on Furphy.
Kansas foul call number 10, Johnny Furphy, his second personal team foul number 6. Had Sumnick on the line for the Mountaineers with 2
So
shots.
Furphy picks up his second and puts Sumnick at the line.
Substitution.
Josiah Harris,
Kobe Johnson checks in for the Mountaineers. KJ Adams.
I believe, was about to check in, and he comes right back out. Sumnick splits the pair to make it 3-point lead for West Virginia.
Oh.
Hunter Dickinson, as Kansas up quickly, got it to the big man. He has 6.
But look at KJ Adams bringing the ball down the court, breaking the pressure, making the right decision, coming full speed.
That's a battle 3. What an incredible start for West Virginia. Now 9 of 11 three-point shooting.
That's what he's capable of doing. And right there, Bill Self looking at Furphy saying, hey, we know he's a scorer. You have to be able to make him put the ball on the ground. Just being there on the catch is not good enough.
Dickinson got the feed from Furphy, a battle block, but a battle foul. Battle, who's the game-high scorer right now with 13 points.
Look at KJ Adams breaking the pressure, finding his big man. I mean, KJ Adams at the 4 spot does a really great job of finding his teammates, and we've seen him have 2 great passes, 2 high-level passes already today.
He has 3 assists already, KJ Adams. Jayhawks have 10 assists on 13 made field goals, and for as many of those that are 3s, Kansas continues to have a high ratio of assists to baskets made.
And I don't think we appreciate KJ Adams' passing ability enough. I mean, out of the double, on the pick and roll, when they load up, he always looks opposite. We don't talk about his passing ability nearly enough.
Just over 5 minutes to play in the first half in Morgantown. Kansas led by as many as 7. West Virginia's led by as many as 4. 5 to shoot. Battle. Man!
He's a microwave. He sees one go in, He gets ultra aggressive, and it can be a long night for you as a defender.
Well, Oklahoma held battle to 12 points the other night in Norman, but prior to that, his first 3 games, he was flirting with 30 in all 3 of them. And after a Kansas miss, KU started 5 of 7 3-point shooting, 0 of 3 since. That one won't fall. And it's run out by Furphy. Furphy trying to get to the rim, just flipped it up. We're losing his balance. Battle weaving, shoots over Adams and scores again, and right now he can't be stopped. 17 here in the first half for Waquan Battle. Dickinson somehow and one to quiet the Morgantown crowd, and that's 10 for Dickinson.
You have to be able to load up on the backside. Kansas does a great job, almost better than anyone in the country when it comes to sealing and throwing it over the top.
Kansas 5 of 6 from the line here in the first half as Dickinson finishes the 3-point play. And Kansas down 3 with under 4 minutes to play in the first half. For Sumnick, and a lob really turned into a shot off the rim, and the other way Timberlake had it knocked out of his hands, but Dickinson is there. But they're going to call the foul first on Creasa. No basket.
The microwave. My man is on fire. One-on-one, he is a tough cover. Raekwon Battle or Raekwon buckets?
Plus, coming up Tuesday, a doubleheader at 7 Eastern. It starts with these Mountaineers traveling to Orlando to face UCF, and then at 9 Eastern time, it's a top 20 showdown. Number 5 Houston will face 20th ranked BYU. You can sign up now at ESPNplus.com/Big 12 Now if you do not get Big 12 Now on ESPN Plus. Great one going here. 3rd ranked Kansas and West Virginia from Morgantown. Jesse Edwards did practice yesterday for the first time since he fractured his wrist. He is dressed out. He has not played in this game. I guess the point I'm going to make here, King, is whenever Jesse Edwards comes back, think about how good this West Virginia team can be. They're giving Kansas all they can handle right now.
Yeah, they're definitely capable of, being a better team than what they've shown so far. The biggest thing is they just need to get their full team together to get those reps. It's hard when one guy is out, another guy is out. You need your full team in practice, in games, to get comfortable with one another, to get the rotation down, and that's the biggest thing when talking to Josh Eilert. He's really struggled with that. He hasn't really had time to enjoy being a head coach because every single time he looks up, a guy is out and he's not able to have his full squad, his full roster to be able to get better in practice.
Timberlake, after the 17th foul, hit the front end, hit both free throws to pull Kansas within one. And he's been impressive off the bench so far today. Catch and shoot 3, Kobe Johnson. And a Timberlake rebound. He looks ahead, looking for Harris, threads the pass, the lay-in good. Wow. Outstanding execution, Timberlake to DeJuan Harris in transition.
What a great pass. He puts it right where only Harris can get it, right over Kobe Johnson's arms, to where Harris didn't have to dribble, can just lay it up, and he led him to the basket.
Kansas reclaims the lead, our 7th lead change here in the first half. Battle feeding Sumnick, who shoots over McCullough, who's playing with 2 fouls. We have another lead change with under 3 minutes to go.
And Sumnick is just playing great basketball. He's extremely confident and he's getting better and better. And you want to talk about playing great basketball. Well, Timberlake is doing a lot of good right now for KU.
His 2nd made 3. After the turnover, Adams. Blind pass now for Harris. Dickinson is open, lets it go. And he's 0 for 2 from beyond the arc so far today. Nick Timberlake, 10 points off the bench here in the first half for KU. He's been a big story. Dickinson leading KU with 11. All 10 bench points for Kansas belong to Timberlake. And now he gets a steal. He's in a race with Creasa. And the lay-in, and what a first half for Nick Timberlake. He has a dozen.
The explosion, but right there, Kirk Creasa just has to be better than that. He is a veteran point guard coming off a pick and roll. You have to be able to locate the tag. Right there, he gets it wrong and just gives him an easy lane for Timberlake to go get a bucket, and he has to be better, Kirk Kriisa. But Timberlake playing exceptionally well, and whenever you're knocking down shots, you get a little bit more juice on the defensive side, and that's just great explosion at the rim.
20 of Kansas's 47 points have come in the paint. Just 8 of West Virginia's 43 have come in the paint.
Man.
So a minute 53 to play. Both teams came out shooting lights out, especially from beyond the three-point line. As you would imagine, both teams have cooled off a bit, but KU now 6 of 12 three-point shooting, and West Virginia 9 of 13.
You know, in situations like this where Kansas is on a little bit of a run, West Virginia has to go to Raekwon Battle. Whenever a guy is as hot as he is, you have to keep feeding him until he cools off.
Yeah, Battle sitting with 17 points, 5 of 6 from the field. His only miss was a three-point attempt. He's 5 of 6 from the line as well with 4 rebounds. Kansas right now on a 12-2 run over the last just over 2 minutes. So out of the West Virginia timeout, let's see what Josh Eilert dials up. Farrakhan. Sumnick, one dribble and scores off the glass.
He's gotten so much better. His touch around the rim. Right there, catches it, gets it over the 7'2" Dickinson. He couldn't do that a year ago. Sumnick has improved so much.
He now has 7 over the top for Adams, but Slazinski grabbed the arm, and that caused Adams to lose possession, but a foul, number 2 on Quinn Slazinski.
And you have to know right there, KJ Adams and Quinn Slazinski, one-on-one on the block. Whenever McCullough comes off of the down screen, you have to know the lob over is coming.
And Adams misses the front end. 58% foul shooter on the year. So it stays a 2-point lead for the Jayhawks. Just over a minute to play in the first half. Down low, Sumnick able to get it over Adams and ties it at 47.
That right there is a great finish from Sumnick, but let's talk about the pass from Farrakhan. Noah Farrakhan has become a better playmaker, and that's primarily due to working with Jordan McCabe, one of the assistant coaches. His decision-making has gotten so much better.
McCullough playing with 2 fouls, knocks down the bucket from the right elbow, and he's into double digits with 10.
McCullough's just so smooth, knows his game so well, gets the bump, stops on a dime, reverse pivot out, rise over the top. Just a very efficient score.
Our 10th lead change. Battle trying to give us our 11th, and now Sumnick will go to the line. Shooting 2 with 31 seconds left.
Don't love the shot right there by Battle, but if you're as hot as he is, I mean, I see why heat check, but Sumnick cleaning it up, playing extremely well, and you know, he told Hunter Dickinson that he was a little too little earlier. Gave him the Russell Westbrook celebration.
West Virginia, after a 9 for 11 start three-point shooting, have missed their last 3. A Cook. The UConn and Georgetown transfer comes in. Tied at 49. Not much difference. Shot clock, game clock. We'll see if Kansas is going to try to hold it here for the final shot. Jackson for Harris. Somehow blocked. No, they're going to call a goaltend. Keith Kimball. Let's take another look ourselves.
Yeah, that's an obvious goaltend. That's a bucket. Ball hits the backboard, but impressive effort though on the backside.
Basket in for his goal team.
Here in the Big 12 this year, we have the officials with a microphone over at the scores table, so you're hearing them interject. So they're checking this, but as soon as Dickinson's shot hits the backboard, if it's touched, it's a goal.
Confirmed. Basket interference. Goal 10. Goal 10 is the call.
Keith Kimball, you hear
Right
Keith
call.
confirming the original call on the floor of a goal 10.
Great call right there. But Kansas, when it comes to executing, late shot clock, end of half, right there to lob over. Hunter Dickinson, one of the best in the country. Probably better than Zach Edey when it comes to being able to seal, hold off your defender, get an easy angle, and right there, he shows what he can do.
But time for West Virginia to get the final shot. Here's Farrakhan. The clock has not started. It never moved. Now it started late, and only about a half second went off. So this is going to give the officials another headache. They're going to have to go to the table to see. Well, they're going to call a foul here. But the clock did not start initially, and it didn't start until the play was nearly completed. So I'm assuming they're going to have to go to the table and time this out to see how much time had elapsed. So we'll run it back in real time as it goes in. 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. So there's probably time left, so this play should hold.
Yeah. It's going to be really close. Probably about, it looked like it was about 0.7, 0.8, maybe a little bit less. But it looks like he got fouled before the end of regulation.
Well, what a first half it's been in Morgantown. Both teams came out red hot, especially from three-point land. And we've got both teams here on pace to maybe hit 100. We'll see if that happens in the second half, but nonetheless, it's been high scoring here in the first. Bill Self's team saw Dickinson get a foul 21 seconds into the game. McCullough's been playing a good part of this first half with 2 fouls. And oh yeah, on the West Virginia side, kind of lurking has been Jesse Edwards, who's in uniform but has not played.
Yeah, I know both coaches at halftime will not be pleased with their defense. I mean, you can talk about high-level shot making, but in the Big 12, giving up 61%, which is what Kansas is shooting.
1.1 on the game clock. 1.1 on the game clock. It's been confirmed.
And 59% from what West Virginia is shooting. Neither coach is going to be happy with the defense going at halftime.
So you heard Keith Kimball. They're going to put 1.1 seconds on the clock. And West Virginia at the line. By the way, the season high for points in the first half for West Virginia was 45, so they've exceeded that. If the Jayhawks have the lead at half, you see what they have done so far, but you got Farrakhan at the line, shooting 2. And he's a 73% foul shooter on the year and at the line for the first time today. All right, if he makes this second, you still have 1.1 for Kansas that you can throw something deep down the floor.
Yeah, but I think you just want to get out the half, honestly. Maybe, but I think you really ultimately just want to get out the half.
Well, let's find out. It's tied. Dickinson takes it out.
Yeah,
Kansas.
You see KJ Adams down
They
there.
are going to throw it deep, and it's picked off by Sumner. And we are tied at the intermission. What a first half. Battle leading West Virginia with 17, and Hunter Dickinson leading Kansas with 13. All I can say, King, is wow, what a half, both sides. Halftime here in Morgantown. Stick around, we got a lot more for you here on Big 12 Now on ESPN+. We are getting ready to start the second half in Morgantown. Yes, how about that first half? Third-ranked Kansas and West Virginia tied at 51. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. Along with King McClure, I'm Mark Neely. That first half was abnormal in many different ways, but I'm going to bring up one stat that sticks out the most for me. Hunter Dickinson, who leads the Big 12 in rebounding and is 4th in the nation in rebounding, had 1 rebound in the first half.
Well, you can tell that was an emphasis for West Virginia and Josh Eiler's team, and his team has responded well. West Virginia, in their 4 conference games, the 1 win that they've had was against Texas, and they out-rebounded Texas in that game. And so far, in the first half, they are winning the rebounding battle, 15-10.
The scoring battle for West Virginia, Raekwon battle, was awesome.
Raekwon battle, Raekwon buckets in the first half, was getting it done. He's a tough shot taker, but in the first half, he's a tough shot maker. And whenever good scorers, you allow them to get clean looks, that gives them confidence. If you remember, the first shot that he took was getting to the free throw line. He saw it go in early, and he got it rolling from then. This kid is a talent. They need him to be able to score in the second half. And Nick Timberlake provided a boost for Kansas. And let's not get it twisted. This man averaged 17 last year at Towson. He is no stranger to scoring the ball. He just has not been able to do it in the Kansas uniform this year. And hopefully, if Bill Self can get this same production from Timberlake night in, night out, this makes this Kansas team that much better, because they need a 5th person to really step up. Because a lot of times, Kansas is playing 4 on 5.
So for Timberlake, his season high for KU had been 13. He did that against Yale and also in the season opener against North Carolina Central. He had 12 in 10 minutes of floor time in the first half. Both teams really came out shooting the 3 well, and both teams also shoot about 60% for the first half. So there wasn't a whole lot of rebounds to be had, but West Virginia had 15 rebounds, Kansas 10.
And you can tell the one concern that Eiler had was the height advantage, and Sumnick and Cook really aren't big men. They're not centers. And when you look at Sumnick is only about 6'8", 6'7", maybe. Hunter Dickinson is 7'2". He's done a great job being able to match not only with the height, but the physicality. And that's why they're able to compete. And he's done a good job not being fazed by Hunter Dickinson's length, being able to score over the top of it. And he's gaining some confidence. And Sumnick is playing really well.
All right, here we go. Half number 2, buckle in. West Virginia ball to start the second half. Looking to get it to Battle, but Adams has him completely draped, but they do find Raekwon. Fade away from 17 is short, and a McCullough rebound. Kevin McCullough played a good chunk of that first half with 2 fouls. Adams taking it to the rim. Prisa surveys in traffic. A Cook, a 3. He hit one early in the game. That long rebound right to Battle. Lost it underneath. The Cook gets it back, turns, shoots, and scores.
And I find it interesting that KJ Adams, Mr. Do-It-All for Kansas. He's really a 4-man, but Bill Self trusts him enough to put him on Raekwon Battle, a guy who had 17 in the first half.
Well, Kansas, who a week ago at home against Oklahoma set a school record with only 2 turnovers, had 2 turnovers in the first half today, including a turnover on the first possession of the game. And they turn it over here early in the second half for their 3rd of the game. Cook had it deflected to Harris. That's the 5th West Virginia turnover. So both teams have protected the ball well to this point. McCullough bypasses the 3, takes the drive, got his knocked away by a Cook, loose grab by Adams. Trying to get it to McCullough, but they can't connect, and it goes out of bounds to the Mountaineers. You get it in the hands of Battle. Adams has once again the defensive responsibility. He'll go over the top of the screen. Sumnick rolls, got the shot up. It was good, but it won't count as the offensive foul. The charge taken by McCullough.
And that's where Sumnick has to take his time, because 2 committed to the basketball. Right now, it's a 2-on-1 on the backside with the Cook in the corner. Sumnick has to be able to jump stop, come to 2, take his time, deliver the pass to a Cook for a wide open 3.
2 minutes in to the second half. Only 2 points scored. That by West Virginia. Now Dickinson tried a quick pocket pass to Adams, and that.
And I saw what he saw right there. In a 2-3 zone, Dickinson caught the ball on the free throw line. When the big steps up, drops it down for KJ Adams. And Adams just wasn't ready for the pass.
So Kansas, after 2 turnovers in the first half, have committed 3 turnovers already here in just over 2 minutes in the second half. Krisa looking, finds Sumnick up top. 2 to shoot. Sumnick on the drive, scored over Dickinson.
That right there is a high-level finish. Catching it at the elbow, 1 dribble. Finishing it over the length of Dickinson. That's high level right there by Sumnick.
He's got 13 points. Now he's got the defensive assignment, and Dickinson turns, trying to return the favor, but cannot as it kicked off. Knocked away by Harris, staying with West Virginia.
Take a look at this Sumnick bucket right here. Shot clock winding down. Okay, no problem. 1 dribble, keeps it in the right hand. That's a high skill shot. Doesn't touch it with the left. Right hand goes up, finishes it over length. It's a big finish.
Sumnick 5 of 8 from the field. He's going to try to make it 6 of 9, but it rims out. Kansas still looking for their first points of the half. McCullough can't give it to him. Tipped out, grabbed by Sumnick. Krisa almost had it stolen right away, back by Harris. Battle. Offensive foul. Once again, McCullough there to take the charge for KU.
And that's what McCullough provides for the team. He's just a winner, and these are winning plays. Sacrificing your body for the good of the team, that is a charge. Way to step over Kevin McCullough to help your team win and to make winning plays.
The Jayhawks offensively off to an 0 for 4 start here from the field in the second half. Harris for Dickinson. KJ, 1 dribble and a stuff from KJ Adams.
He's just so explosive. His quick twitch muscles are some of the best that I've seen in college basketball. And you see right there the pop, the immediate pop off the ground.
Jayhawks get their first basket of the second half. It took over 3.5 minutes. Krisa. Sumnick. Trying to get it over Adams, who held his ground. In transition, McCullough kicked. Furphy, 3 blocked. Paddle came flying out of nowhere and deflected it away. This crowd is rocking in Morgantown. Mountaineers by 2 early second half. Point game. The Big 12 is a physical conference. It's hard to officiate, but let's look at this last play where Battle comes back, and there's no question he gets the full arm of Johnny Furphy and really not the ball.
Yeah, 100%. West Virginia got away with one right there because Furphy's supposed to be on the free throw line shooting 3 right now. They got away with a major foul.
And I'm not picking on officiating, but it's so hard to officiate. That one looked pretty obvious, but the Big 12 is so physical. And that time Battle got away with one. But Kansas ball out of the timeout with West Virginia up 2. It is a physical battle every game, and now this time Battle does foul Furphy on the inbounds. And that is 3 on Raekwon Battle. It's funny how the basketball gods have a way of quickly evening things out, huh?
And right there, Raekwon Battle knew that coach was going to sub him out. So immediately he turns to the bench trying to say, hey, I'm good. Don't sub me out. But they need him down the stretch. So you have to be able to go down and trust your teammate and Seth Wilson to be able to step up for you.
You got to keep your eye on the ball,
partner, almost got hit with a basketball right there.
Kansas just 1 field goal so far in this second half. That was a KJ Adams stuff. Here's Adams again. Repeat. lather, rinse, and repeat. Another bucket for K.J. Adams with the stuff.
And that's a great pocket pass right there by Kevin McCullough. But if you're Kirk Kriisa, you have to slide over. DeJuan Harris is on the opposite side. You have to take that roll away.
Our 7th tie of this game, and Harris with his hands the steal. Jayhawks have a 4-on-2. McCullough to the rim, got it to fall. Timeout, West Virginia.
K.J. Adams rocking the rim and just making it look easy. Not want to happen. He wants to load up the paint, but he didn't do that in this situation. Right here on the kick. When McCullough catches the ball, look how physical K.J. Adams is on this ball screen. But when he catches it, Kirk Kriisa has to be able to slide over to stop this wide open roll. 2-on-1 on the backside, force the lob over to DeJuan Harris. And even though he's shooting 44% from 3, you're still living with the DeJuan Harris 3 in the corner, then a wide open K.J. Adams dunk.
Kansas on a 6-0 run over just over a minute. Minute 7. 4 turnovers in the last 4 minutes for West Virginia, who haven't scored in a little over 2 minutes. As we come out of the Mountaineers timeout, Kansas up 2, and they're picking up full court. Kriisa with 9 on the shot clock. Wilson, 3 for the lead. Gives West Virginia a 58-57 1-point lead with under 15 minutes to go.
Kirk Kriisa made the right read off the pick and roll, and
off that feed from Dickinson, and Kansas answers quickly.
And on the other side, Hunter Dickinson, the bigs of Kansas are such great passers. That's what makes them hard to guard. Not only are they good scorers, they can really pass, and they have excellent vision.
13 lead changes in this game, and I'm pretty confident it won't be our last. Here's Johnson, and he makes good on that.
Straight line driver. That's what Kobe Johnson is. We see the change right there, but that's all he's good for. One change of direction to get to the cup, good finish.
McCullough over the top, Dickinson. Once he gets it that deep, that is indefensible.
Yeah, he gets the backside position and walks you up a little bit, and he's so tall. You lob it over, it's a bucket.
15 points for Dickinson. Still just 1 rebound for Hunter in this game. For the conference's leading rebounder, they double Slazinski. Is that McCullough? Now they're going to call that on McCullough, and that's his 3rd.
And right here off the duck in, Hunter Dickinson does a really good job getting that low backside position in that 7-2. You throw it to his hand when he's reaching it up, it's going to be a bucket down low.
From the corner for Kriisa. By the way, McCullough, the first Jayhawk to 3 personals. Battle is the only West Virginia Mountaineer with 3. And obviously a couple of key guys for each team. Dickinson the handoff. McCullough in a crowd is fouled. That'll be number 3 on Kriisa.
And look at this bucket right here. He saw the taller defender of K.J. Adams, saw the athleticism, so look how high he shoots it. He shoots it high in order to avoid it getting blocked, and it just drops straight in. Good bucket right there by Kirk Kriisa.
McCullough misses the first. Kerr Kriisa back to the bench. Kerr, one of the few guys that wears his first name on the back of his jersey.
I like it, though. I like it. I wish we would have been given that option. How cool would it have been?
King would have been awesome, yeah.
King on the back of a jersey, right?
So many people with that last name, though. May have confused a few people outside of Waco. So 1-2 for McCullough. We're tied at 62. Under 13 minutes to play in Morgantown. Kobe Johnson. Slazinski. Fade away from just outside the lane is good.
And when you talk about Slazinski, he is a talent. When he is on the floor at that 4 spot, West Virginia's offense automatically gets better. And right there you see at 6'9", putting it on the floor, being able to rise over the top of the defender.
Dickinson for Furphy, 3 from the corner. Furphy hit his first 3 threes. He has missed his next 3. Make that 4. Five to shoot. Farrakhan baseline jumper off the rim. McCullough. Euro step to the lane. It's good.
The good one-on-one defense. KJ Adams, 6'7". The way he sits down and is able to stay in front of the smaller, quicker Noah Farrakhan leads out to the easy bucket by Kevin McCullough, one-on-one in transition.
KU's got 4 in double figures, led by Dickinson's 15 and McCullough's 15. Seth Wilson. His third 3. Seth Wilson off the bench with 3 made threes, a big story. And there's the spin move to the baseline and a lay-in by Hunter Dickinson.
You have to send a double team right there. One-on-one, Dickinson a cook. Hunter Dickinson is going to cook a cook.
1 point lead in the ball for the Mountaineers. Here is a Cook. It's a rebound for Dickinson, just his second of the game. McCullough again in transition, knocked out of his hands. Going to call a foul on Kobe Johnson.
Seth Wilson is a guy who needed to step up, especially with Battle being in foul trouble, and Kirk Creaser loves it. West Virginia up by 1.
11 points today, has hit 3 threes, fired up his team there in the huddle. West Virginia 1 point lead almost midway through this second half. Been back and forth, 16 lead changes. Both teams shot the 3 really well to start the game. Bill Self's team is the one that has cooled off. They hit 5 of their first 7 beyond the arc. They've only hit 1 of their last 7. And West Virginia came in, hit 30% of their threes on the year. They're doubled that today. They're at 65%, 11 of 17.
Both teams getting good looks, but for West Virginia, they're falling. For Kansas, they aren't falling from deep right now, but they're still getting quality shots.
You saw the paint points heavily favoring Kansas, 38-18. Looking, able to get it into Timberlake. That's a 3. And that's been the way it's been going since the hot start from beyond the arc for Kansas. But Timberlake off the bench has been a spark today.
Another quality look right there by Timberlake, just did not happen to fall.
Farrakhan for Sumnick for the flush.
That right there is where Noah Farrakhan has gotten so much better over the short course of this season. His playmaking, his passing off of the pick and roll. He's making plays that he would not do last year.
West Virginia up 3, under 10 minutes to go. Elmarco Jackson for Adams, back to Elmarco. He's going to shoot a long jumper, got it. Elmarco Jackson, when the Jayhawks need a bucket, picks up his first of the game. That's his first field goal attempt today.
And Elmarco Jackson is a player with a lot of talent. He just has not been able to uphold that talent or that status that he came in with.
McDonald's All-American. Wilson's been a spark off the bench today, hitting 3 threes. KJ Adams going to get called for the push there, and that'll be number 1 on Adams.
Look at the pick and roll with Noah Farrakhan right here. He throws it as soon as he sees Dickinson's number. As soon as he sees his face, sees his chest, facing the sideline. Look at, he throws at the perfect time. And this is just a really good flush. But Noah Farrakhan's playmaking in the pick and roll has gotten so much better.
Sumnick trying to clear some space, lowered the shoulder, and Dickinson missed the shot, but got his own miss. Battle blocked from behind by DeJuan Harris. Kansas has won the last 6 meetings with West Virginia and 11 of the last 12. We're getting a massive battle here from the Mountaineers. The 3rd-ranked Jayhawks down 1, 9 minutes to go. Jackson faked the 3. Adams won't fall for him. Hung on the front rim, it fell off.
And that's a really great contest right there by Battle. Knowing he has 3 free throws, he goes straight up, hands in the air, does not bring them down. That's a great contest to stay out of foul trouble.
Jumper Farrakhan. That rims out, but a Sumnick, another offensive rebound for Patrick Sumnick, and it results in a Battle 3. Timeout in Morgantown. 8.5 to play in a 4-point game.
For winning plays, look at Sumnick. Sumnick has 4 offensive rebounds already in this game. Hunter Dickinson does not check, does not block out. Sumnick wins one-on-one, locates Battle, and Battle, as hot as he has been, you must know where he is at all times.
Yeah, Hunter Dickinson leading the Big 12 in rebounding, 4th in the nation in rebounding, about 12 per game. Has 2 rebounds today. He's on the Kansas bench right now. West Virginia up 4, 8.5 minutes left. Again, Kansas has won the last 6 in a row against West Virginia. And it's been the 3 ball for the Mountaineers, who came in last in the Big 12 in 3-point percentage. It has been a different story today. Second most they've made in a game this year, 12. Their season high 14 came against UMass.
And I like this substitution right now by Bill Self, taking Dickinson out of the game, because when you look at it, the past 2 possessions for West Virginia, Sumnick is outworking Hunter Dickinson. Had 2 offensive rebounds, back-to-back possessions that were huge.
Kansas hit 4 of their first 5 3-pointers today. They are now 6 of 16. 1 for their last 9. Sumnick again, defended by Parker Brown. Brown got enough of a hand to adjust that shot. It's McCullough on the drive, and McCullough scoring. He has been the answer offensively in transition on a number of occasions.
Yeah, when you get him going downhill in transition, he is extremely hard to stop, because he does a good job using his body, taking his time, getting what he wants out of transition.
Sumnick over McCullough.
Good finish right there, but let's talk about Noah Farrakhan once again, making the right read out of the pick and roll.
That's 17 for Sumnick. McCullough fouled by Wilson, who tried to punch it out from behind.
And look at this right here. Kevin McCullough, one-on-one. You're probably not going to stop him. He draws the contact, puts his shoulder in, gets what he wants, and Farrakhan putting it to where only Sumnick can get it, where McCullough doesn't have a chance, and Sumnick finishing with the left hand.
Jackson elects to shoot the 3. It's well off the right side. A 4-point lead, and the ball for the Mountaineers. Under 7 minutes to go. Battle. Got it and won.
Once again, hits him with the body. Battle elevates on his jumper higher than most shooters. So when you contest, you have to go straight up, and you cannot lean in with your body, or it will be a foul every time. And we've seen this 3 times tonight, where this defender hits him with the body because of the elevation on the jumper.
Dickinson, Furphy, and Harris all back on the floor for Kansas. 7-point lead for the Mountaineers, their largest of the game. Three, McCullough, well long. Dickinson was able to come up with the rebound, but sandwiched by two defenders, gets fouled by Farrakhan.
And right there, we showed it earlier where it was a similar play in a pick and roll, and they gave KJ Adams a wide open dunk, but that time off the pick and roll, they stepped over, forced them to kick it to Kevin McCullough, played their odds, but Dickinson was able to get the offensive board and send him to the free throw line, but they played their odds, and that was the scouting report that Josh Eilert wanted to implement.
So that was the 17th foul against the Mountaineers, and Dickinson hits the front end of a 1-and-1. Mountaineers trying to beat Kansas for the first time in nearly 3 years. They last won February 6, 2021 here in Morgantown, 91-79. Dickinson has 19. He does have 5 assists and now 3 rebounds. Farrakhan, this is Battle. Battle, 3 left open for just a moment. High off the heel, and then it goes over the top of the backboard to KU. You know, Battle, when it got to conference play, first 3 games in conference went 29, 29, and 24. Was held to 12 on Wednesday in Norman. But he has exploded again. He has 23 so far today.
He's a high-level scorer, and that's what he did last year. But the biggest thing is that he has to understand when to take certain shots and when not to. Shot selection is the biggest thing for him. I mean, tonight in a game like he's having, when he's hot, when he's being able to knock down whatever, yeah, then heat check, shoot the certain shots. But if you're cold, how can you have an impact on the game other than scoring?
Furphy batted out by Dickinson, and it's going to go to the Mountaineers. Kansas staying cold from beyond the three-point line. They're now just 1 for their last 12 after hitting 5 of their first 7. Krisa, pocket pass a little behind Sumnick. Furphy over a Cook, blocked. Harris out of bounds to the Mountaineers. A Cook with a huge block.
And right here, Furphy tries to draw the contact, leans his shoulder in a little bit, but a Cook stays straight up and avoids the contact, which allowed him to get the block.
5.5 minutes to go. Mountaineers up 5, a chance to add to that and make this a 3-possession game. Kobe Johnson on Adams. Sumnick fouled by Dickinson. Hunter Dickinson picked up his first foul 21 seconds into the game. That is his second foul.
Second, team foul number 4.
Sumnick 3 of 4 from the line today. West Virginia team that has lost 4 of their last 5. A win over number 25 Texas in that span here on this floor. And now trying to knock off 3rd-ranked Kansas and beat KU for the first time in nearly 3 years. Three, McCullough breaking the drought for the Jayhawks.
What a great drop right there. The false movement on one side led to the back screen, the flare screen to free Kevin McCullough up. That's a great drop right there by Bill Self.
McCullough right at his season average with 20 points. Johnson in the lane. Harris went flying by and left Kobe Johnson open for the shot and drained it. McCullough from the other side. That time won't go. And that time Sumnick got underneath Dickinson and pushed him out of bounds, but picked up the foul.
Take a look at this draw. DeJuan Harris fakes like he's going one way just to draw up the flare screen on the opposite side, and Hunter Dickinson does a great job nailing the defender, which frees up Kevin McCullough. And, you know, we talked about Sumnick and how he was outworking Dickinson on one end. Well, right now, Dickinson is starting to impose his will on the offensive glass. That's twice that we have seen Sumnick struggle to block him out one-on-one down low.
Sumnick with a career-high 18 points to the bench, and Dickinson misses the front end of a 1-and-1. He had hit all 5 from the line prior to that today. Johnson off a screen from McCook. Slazinski. Furphy defends Slazinski. Hook shot. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot. It went to Dickinson in transition. Adams got it.
Yeah, I don't know what that was by Slazinski. That was just a bad play.
So the Jayhawks get it down to a 1-possession game as we're under 4 minutes to go in Morgantown.
And Mark, it's plays like that. When you're playing against a team like Kansas, a top 5 opponent, you have to value each possession. It's plays like that that give Kansas slow momentum.
Harris knocked it out of Crease's hands. Furphy wants to run, middle of the floor, gives it up. McCullough lays it in, and Kansas down 1. Timeout, Mountaineers.
And you see 2 bad turnovers. And now all of a sudden, Kansas down by 1. You have to value the ball. Kirk Crease is a veteran point guard. He has to be better. And when these guys get in transition, it is extremely hard to beat them. West Virginia has to value the basketball. Still up by 1, though. Talked about him in the open, and he delivered. Kevin McCullough just keeps the game so simple. Done a lot of his work in transition, knows his game so well, and he's very efficient. Doesn't try to do too much, just extremely efficient and gets his buckets, but also has 5 assists. So he's also creating, and we've seen him have big defensive plays, stepping over, taking charges. I mean, he just does it all to help his team win.
So he has 22 points today. This is his 10th 20-plus point game of the season. In the last 4 years, he had a combined 3 20-point games. That shows you how much he has elevated his game this year.
It's just something about when you become a senior at Kansas, all of a sudden, you just might get some extra superpowers or something, because typically senior guys who stick it out and get to this point, they have great senior years and they really take off. Look at Jalen Wilson or Ochai.
Slazinski, 3 blocked by Dickinson. So a block for Hunter. Again, Dickinson's at 4 rebounds. His season low for rebounds in a game is 4, and that was at UCF. And KU fans know what happened there. They stormed the floor in Orlando at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm looking for battle right here coming off this pin down.
Jayhawks don't want a repeat of the court storming. Battle with the shot clock winding down, and there's the 5th rebound for Dickinson. Well, it will not be a season low today. Boy, a dangerous pass by McCullough going over the top for Adams, but pushing underneath. And I think they got Slazinski on a hold of Adams. It's his 3rd.
Kansas constantly gets you on that. They set the down screen for Kevin McCullough, and as a big, whenever a down screen is being set, you have to hedge, which means you're on the top side, and then they seal you down low, and they always get the lob over.
Huge 1-and-1 front end here for Adams. And he hits the front end after the 19 foul for the Mountaineers. That's 10 for Adams. Farrakhan onto the floor for Johnson for the Mountaineers. We're tied at 80.
And I like this substitution right here by Josh Eilert. Get Farrakhan in the game. He has provided so much good for you offensively. And off the pick and roll, he has been your best point guard. Kirk Kriisa has not been good in the pick and roll, but what he has done is shot the ball and scored it well. Put the ball in Farrakhan's hands, let Kirk Kriisa play off of it, and be more of a shooter and a scorer in this game.
17th lead change of the game. Sumnick back on the floor as a career-high 18 points. Here comes Farrakhan, a little tap from Furphy, and a whistle and a foul. That'll be Johnny's third.
And with Kriisa and Farrakhan on the court, DeJuan Harris can only guard one of them, which means Furphy has to guard the opposite. And right now, they took Furphy off of Farrakhan because that's who he was guarding, and they put KJ Adams on him.
Jayhawks still have some fouls to give. That was the 5th against the Jayhawks in the half. Just over 2 minutes to go in Morgantown. Farrakhan spinning. Sumnick, one dribble, shooting over Dickinson. Got it!
Possibly got away with an and one right there. Sumnick playing through contact. His finishing has gotten so much better.
Under 2 minutes to go. Harris lost the dribble. Four to shoot. Furphy, three on the way. Bounces out.
Right here in the Texas-West Virginia game, Farrakhan made the right play off the pick and roll time and time again. Can he do the same thing with the game on the line?
Farrakhan crashed into Dickinson. They play on. Almost tied up, and then he threw it away. I think he was expecting a whistle there. Didn't get it, and then threw it out of bounds.
Yeah, so to answer my question, no.
Yeah.
He didn't make the right play right there. But let's take a look at this. He really runs into two with nowhere to go, and honestly, Sumnick should have got flat. Right there, one-on-one, Sumnick has to get flat to give Farrakhan options.
Third-ranked Kansas, down one. 70 seconds to go in Morgantown. McCullough, pass behind Adams, and Kansas throws it right back to the Mountaineers. The Jayhawks 6th turnover today, and a huge one there.
And Josh Eilert playing a little offense-defense. Putting Kobe Johnson in the game for defense right there, and you see guarding McCullough. Gets over the ball screen, makes it tough on the pass, and now bringing back in Raekwon Battle for offense.
1 minute. A minute to go. Farrakhan stopped. Battle on Furphy, puts the elbow in. 7 to shoot. Farrakhan, a little loose with the dribble, puts it up. Off the heel, offensive rebound Battle. And he got fouled by Furphy. It's going to put him at the line.
And look at the athleticism right here.
No.
That's a freshman mistake. Ball goes up, Furphy ball watches and doesn't block out. And the athletes are too good in the Big 12 to not block out.
Yeah, just the 16 fouls, so the inbounds for the baseline and a timeout for the Mountaineers. 39 seconds left in a 1-point game in Morgantown. Whew, what a game on this Saturday in the Big 12. Kansas led by McCullers 22. Dickinson has 19. Timberlake off the bench with 12. All of that in the first half. And for West Virginia, also 3 in double figures. Battle 23, Sumnick 20, Kriisa 11. And right now, West Virginia not only shooting great from 3, but great from the field. They're shooting a season-high 53% from the floor.
Yeah, but right now they have to find an answer. And they have to be able to generate offense and have somebody be able to put their head down, get into the paint, and create and make the right decision. We've seen Farrakhan be able to get into the paint, but he didn't make the right decision, and then he gets into the paint again, forces a 2. I mean, shot clock was running down. But they have to be able to find an answer offensively because this is a huge possession for the Mountaineers.
With the additional teams in the conference this year, this is the only game between Kansas and West Virginia. There'll be no return game in Lawrence. Kansas has won the last 6. West Virginia trying to beat KU for the first time in nearly 3 years. February 6th of 2021. They beat KU 91-79 on this floor. Well, Bill Self's team saw a court storming in Orlando, and they're in danger of seeing a second one here in as many weeks in Morgantown.
And even though Farrakhan threw that bad turnover, I still think the ball should be in his hands and he should be making a decision. But right here, they're trying to get battle for a jumper.
Catch and shoot. Slazinski, foul. That's on Harris. Now this will put them at the line. That is the 17th foul against Kansas. And a 1-and-1 coming for Slazinski, who will be at the line for the first time today.
Right there, Slazinski just making tough plays. One-on-one on the backside, is able to get the offensive board. And we talked about it in the open, Mark. We said the rebounding battle will be huge, especially for West Virginia, and they have answered. Right now, it's 30-22 on the glass.
He hits the front end. Chance to make it a 3-point game here. Does not, but got his own miss. And gets fouled again.
Wow.
And he'll shoot another. 1-and-1. Wow, you do not see that very often.
And now I don't want to pick on the kid, but Johnny Furphy right here. This is your responsibility. You have to be able to make contact and not allow Slazinski to get this offensive board. Now, yes, it was a bad bounce, but look what they're doing right now. Now, Furphy is on the bottom. They put KJ Adams on top to make sure that doesn't happen again. But Furphy has allowed 3 offensive rebounds, and as a freshman, sometimes things like this happen.
So now Slazinski a chance to make this a 2-possession game with 33.5 seconds to go.
Right now for KU, you do not have to take a bad one.
Oh,
and that's not what you want to happen.
Farrakhan ran into Furphy. It's going to put Furphy at the line for 2 shots because that's the 10th team foul against the Mountaineers, and it stops the clock with 28 seconds left.
Well, let's take a look at this. It kind of gets tripped up on the backside, and what I was going to say is they don't have to take a bad one, but they have to go quick, and they went quick right there, but that's not what you want to happen as a defender, putting them on the line with only about 2-3 seconds coming off of the clock.
First trip to the line today, hits the first. He's a 69% foul shooter on the year. He's only attempted 14 free throws on the year after that first one. That's a big one to make it a 2-point game, and now Bill Self wants to talk it over. His team obviously looking for a steal here off the inbounds, King, but if they don't get that, then you've got to decide who to foul.
And yeah, you have your options, but you're right.
Or you can't play it out here, obviously, with 28 seconds.
You can't play it out, so you have to foul, but you have to be aggressive. Off the inbounds, even when the ball comes in, but you want to be aggressive without fouling immediately. You can let about 5 to 10 seconds come off the clock, but you do not need to foul immediately. Go for a few steals, give yourself a chance, then foul.
West Virginia from the line today is 15-19, so that's 79%, which is better than their 73% from the line on the year coming in. Really, their shooting percentages from about every spot on the floor have been much better today than they have been for the season.
And if I'm Kansas, I'm not fouling Slazinski and I'm not fouling Kirk Kriisa. Anybody else touches the ball, that is who you foul.
Here we go in Morgantown. This 2-point game, 28 seconds left. Back to Krisa. They love it in his hands right here.
Uh-oh.
Are they going to get it across in time?
Ooh.
They got a foul just before the 10-second call.
Ooh.
And Bill Self is hot. Elmarco Jackson called for the foul, and they were very close, King, to not getting the ball across in time.
And you know, I thought Krisa had a wide open Slazinski down the court, which would have created a 2-on-1. And if you want to shoot a shot in this possession, in this time of the game, you want a 2-on-1. But let's look at this. Look, Slazinski's wide open. Or you could have hit Kobe Johnson going down. To throw it back to Farrakhan just was very risky and wasn't the right play, in my opinion.
Jackson was going for the steal. Came close to getting it, but risky, and it turned into a foul. So 1-and-1 here for Krisa. And he hits a massive front end for the Mountaineers, and has a chance to once again push this to a 2-possession game.
And if he makes this, you have to go quick if you are Kansas. Now you have to go quick.
That's McCullough's three. Good! 1-point game, 12 seconds to go.
Same drop as earlier. The false action. DeJuan Harris acted like he's joining the drive right, just to set up the flare screen on the opposite side for Kevin McCullough. Let's take a look at this right here. DeJuan Harris acts like he's going right, but the back screen, Hunter Dickinson nails Kobe Johnson on the flare. Kevin McCullough hesitated, but nonetheless still gets the bucket.
Review is a 2-on-3.
Well, Keith Kimball and Kip Kissinger have gone to the scores table to see if this, to make sure this is a 3 and not a 2. It has been chalked up as a 3 right now, so if they were to change this, it would be a 2-point Mountaineer lead instead of a 1-point lead. But now it gives Bill Self and the Jayhawks, similar to what we had just a short time ago, down, needing to get a steal or a foul.
And with 11.9, basically 12 on the clock.
Ball on the floor was a 3. We changing it to a 2.
Whoa.
Changing it to a 2.
They have changed this to a 2.
Yeah.
See the right foot toes look like they are on the line. So that is huge.
Yeah. And that changes things, because now you can turn it into a 2-possession game if you're West Virginia instead of a 1-possession game.
Well, that change certainly changed the vibe here with the West Virginia fans. They're already anticipating a possible win over the 3rd-ranked team in the nation, but 2-point lead instead of 1 with basically 12 seconds to go now.
And so same concept, except you want to foul a little bit earlier. You cannot allow that much time to run off.
Jackson does foul Farrakhan. He's going to put him at the line. He's hit both his free throw attempts today and is close to 75% on the season. Both teams in the double bonus, so this will be 2 shots for Farrakhan. Mountaineers have been great from the line today, 81%.
And Farrakhan has been huge for West Virginia. I mean, he hasn't scored it great, but just holding it down at the point guard spot, especially when Kirk Risa has not had his best game off of the pick and roll. Farrakhan stepped up and has played huge for John Siler.
Back to a 2-possession game and a steal by Krisa, and getting ready for a stork courting in Morgantown. Krisa pushed out of bounds. 2 seconds left.
It's happening, baby!
You see what's coming next. What looks to be and will be Josh Eilert's signature win as the interim head coach of the Mountaineers. They're going to release the Mountaineers in Morgantown. Well, the last thing Bill Self and his team wanted to hear at the end of this game was John Denver singing Country Roads. But it has happened, and Josh Eilert, the interim head coach for the Mountaineers, his team has just earned a signature win over number 3 Kansas, 91-85 in Morgantown on this Saturday.
And that's what happens when you rebound the basketball, and that was Josh Eilert's #1 concern. But we touched on it a little bit. Out of their 4 conference wins,
West Virginia!
Out of their 4 conference wins, they beat Texas and they out-rebounded Texas in that game. The other 3, they lost the rebounding battle. Well, in this game, they won it 31-22.
Battle led the Mountaineers with 23. Sumnick had a career-high 20. And West Virginia wins it. What a day in Morgantown, King.
Man, Big 12 basketball for you, Mark.
For King McClure and our great crew, I'm Mark Neely. Thanks for sharing this with us. They're singing Country Roads in Morgantown.